Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome back to the charts. We've had a volatile first session of the week during Asia last night. Something was brewing over the weekend. We've had incredibly small ranges. Bitcoin was doing a $0.50 range at some point, up and down, which was very suspicious, and it always indicates that something is brewing. However, we are still within Bitcoin's consolidation range, and we are still within Ethereum's consolidation ranges as well. And I'll start with the daily chart so that you see what I mean. Here's the daily setup with the 20 and the 55 EMA. And here we are with support on the daily 20, with continuation to the 55 EMA. Here it is meeting the 17.2 level, which is an essential level for this consolidation. It hasn't yet turned it on the daily into support, which is what we need to see. And personally, I think this has topped out. It's gone as far as it can go now. We could see another lift. Again, I don't want to contradict myself. We could see another lift as a possibility, but personally, I think this has topped out. 17.3 would be my max for where we are right now, and from there onwards coming down for a drop and then another lift. So that would be the consolidation swings for Bitcoin complete. And I'll switch over to the 4 hours so that you can see what I mean by that. I'll take a path. So I'm not counting the swing down, I'm only counting this swing up, one swing up, one swing down, one swing up, one swing down, one swing up. We need another swing down, and from that swing down, so 3 touches to the top, 3 touches to the bottom, though I have seen consolidation channels with more than 3 touches to the top, 3 touches to the bottom, but that would be my minimum. My minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pattern for any consolidation to be complete. So we still need a drop down to back test the 15.8, and from that level we will see where we're going. If we're going up again towards the 18.3 K level, or if we're on the contrary, if we're gonna drop down, break the 15.8 and do another leg down. So that's what we need to see. Now I'll just go back to the daily setup. As you can see, we are also outside of this daily channel. So this is a daily channel between the white line, the thick white line, the thin white line, and this yellow line here. This is an overflow area. So we've gone outside of this since this moment here. So since the 1st of December, we've been trending sideways outside of the daily channel, but we've been in the overflow area. And it is the overflow area where the rejections happened for the previous 2 steps down. Now the question is, are we going to have another leg down to 13.8, even 13K? Or is this it? Have we done our 3 steps down? So we had this step 1, 2. Would this be the third one, or would this be the third one? Personally, I think that 13K, the 13K range would be the third step down, and it would be the technical target of this accumulation. In case you're wondering where I got that from, it is this accumulation over here, put at breakout site, and here we are 13.8 as 13.8, 13.5 as a target. So that's what I think. This is where I believe we're going to get rejected and come down, but we don't have the signals for reversal yet. We are still holding the support, and we are still holding the resistance turned into support on the 4 hourly and the 12 hourly. So it is still looking like it wants to continue up to 17.3, which is the target of this arc. As simple as that. Now let's do the weekly trade setups for Bitcoin. So this was, you saw how well our Friday and weekend levels held. On Friday, on Thursday, we actually mapped them out. On Friday, I tweaked them ever so slightly, and then I watched them over the weekend. And when it broke this, now it's looking at consolidating above the 17.2. We've had at the moment, this is our first candle. If this 4-hour candle closes above the 17.2, I'm looking to see if the next candle closes above the 17.2, because this shows that this is support at the moment. So I'm still looking at checking to see if the 17.2 turns into support on the 4-hour time frame. So the first trade to make as we are right now is a lift up to the 18.2, and it is a breakout trade if the 17.2 holds on the 4-hour time frame. So this is the adjustment that I'm making because of how overextended we have been on the 4-hour RSI and stock RSI. So we need, and we have a bearish divergence as well. So we need to be quite sure about this. So this would be what I'm watching for the lift up. Then the next trade would be, and I'm gonna remove these pathways. The next trade would be a short down to the 16.4 level. So I started with what's in front of me. So what's in front of me is, first of all, the possibility of a breakout, but it could also be a fake out. So at the moment, considering the support, this is likely to turn into a breakout. However, if the 17.2 level fails, we will probably see a drop down to 16.9, a back test, and then continuation to 16.4, a back test, and then continuation to 15.8. So we don't have too many trades to map out in terms of where we are right now for Bitcoin, but the trades that we have are quite juicy because the range is finally open for business. So we stayed here for a while, and then we lifted. We've reached the edge of this range, and now we can either tap into the next level up, or we can break support, back test, and then come down. So the next level that I would be watching for would be the 16.9, back down to 17K basically. Where we will have our confirmation if this is gonna hold or not. And yes, very typical of Bitcoin, we might see something along these lines. We might see some sideways and then breaking above and below this, like zigzagging along support and resistance lines like this. But sooner or later, the 16.5 level will be back tested. And also the reason why I'm saying this is that this swing, if this is, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hasn't yet had any sort of correction. So we haven't had any sort of correction for this swing. This is the top of the swing, and now we're looking for corrections around 16.5, and the 786 is 16.5. So here we are with the 786 on our support and resistance line. So that's where I believe we're gonna go next. Again, we could be breaking out towards the 18.3, but for that I would be looking to see 2 4-hour candles close above the 17.2. So let's just write these down first. So trade 1, breakout trade, trade 2, I'm gonna put it here, trade 2, reversal or correction if the 17.2 breaks, we towards 16.5. Okay, and then of course downwards we have another breakout trade, but we will I have it mapped, but we'll talk about it as it happens. If the 16.5 breaks, then we're looking at the next level down, 15.8. If the 15.8 breaks, then we're looking at the next level down, 14K, 14.5, or even the daily target, 13.8. Again, I want to focus on this, the immediate targets coming in the next swings, rather than all of this, which hasn't yet been confirmed or indicated so far. It's just a potential on the daily chart. So these are the two immediate trades, and I'm going to write down the third short. Which is continuation to 15.8 if the 16.5 level breaks. So very clear trading pathways for Bitcoin. A very nice range as well, quite generous in terms of profits, 4.3 and down, and a 7%, 6.5 on the way up. So these are the possible options that we have for trading this week. We do have Powell speaking tomorrow, and we have CPI data and consumer sentiment coming out this week, so I anticipate volatility. So we might actually see 2 out of 3 trades complete. We might see a reversal to the upside and then downside towards 16.5, or we might see 16.5, we might see 15.8, and then 18.3. So whatever this takes us to, it'll still be within these levels. We're not yet out of this range. Okay, now also just a quick trading strategy note that we made on Friday. Remember to take your profits at the M5 level on the daily, and it's especially true if there is a double top. So we are right now at the M4. If it reaches the M5, 17.4, I would be watching to take profits. And again, Ethereum likes to touch the M5 very often lately, so remember to secure profits when you are around the M5 levels of the daily. That's what I learned the hard way. So remember you can secure below the M5, or you can take your full profits where they are. But just remember to do so when the top range seems to have reached its potential, because I know that when you see the trade going, and you see the trade going upwards with great support, and you see it continuing, you might have something along these lines happen, and it just reverses and comes down without giving you in 24 hours any chance to take profit close to where you are. So you might have to take profit here, you might have to take profit somewhere around here, or you might lose it all if it reaches all the way down. So please take your profits at the M5 if you see a double top formation on the 1 hour time frame. Just, you know, nobody ever regretted being paid. That's Bitcoin. I'll be posting these trades in the chats, and we'll be following them step by step as we go through the week. Ethereum is a little bit more aggressive in terms of the lift, because it's quite sticking out on the divergence line on the daily. So far, I believe this is the biggest candle above this yellow line. We've only had these two so far. So this is a nice big green candle. We still have the stochastic on the daily that looks maxed out. However, it is holding great support on the daily. I can't complain. I can't fault the support. This is great support, and these were the levels that I anticipated last night, and it did reach them 280. Here we are on this massive arc. This threatening to be the reversal outside of it with a $2,000 target. We're not there yet, so I'm not saying that we're not there yet, and I don't think we're gonna get there anytime soon. We're not out of the bear market, and look how overextended the RSI is on Ethereum. It's just very, very high compared to previous levels in the past. And I'm just gonna do so since March, almost a year. Let's take the whole year. January. So here's January. So this level has been reached 1, 2, 3 times previous. So there were only 3 swings over the course of the past year where the 4-hour RSI has reached this level. So I do believe that this is the end for this swing, and we're going to reverse down. Now, this was the channel that I was following. This channel is no longer valid. It's broken out to the upside, and I will turn this into a sideways channel now, like so. I won't do too much artistic refinement here, because I already have these levels on my 4-hourly chart. So that's how it is right now. It's a nice reversal structure that we were presented with here, very technically correct. But I think this might be the end, and for this arc, I think I will have to do something along these lines and allow it to play out in the space that's left. So I don't think that this is the breakout to the 2000. I'll just include it where it is. Now, and I'll save it because I don't want to lose this. Now, the weekly levels held again to a T. So this was the Friday. The support was way higher than I thought on Friday. It was a level higher than the 1200. However, we did hold a resistance, and when resistance broke, here we are up to 1327. My target for the next level was 1333, so we are quite close. We could be done. We absolutely could be done. I'm going to remove these. Okay, and now let me see. For some reason that was on. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna slightly adjust this arc to make it. There we go. This is an ascending arc at the moment. There's no breakout. We've had mountain peak. I believe this is the final peak, final bounce, final retrace. So here we are still within the space of this. Let me just, there we go. I know it. If I leave the divergence line here, it looks like a breakout, but that's the 15-minute breaking out, not the 1 hour arc. So it's a higher time frame breaking out, not this one. And this is an ascending arc, so I believe that this is going to come down to base here at 1080. Now, in terms of the levels and in terms of the trades that we might be in for Ethereum, the next level, again, because we are on a trend up, the daily stochastic is up, so the next stage up would be the more immediate step. So we could see if the 13 level, and I will make a slight adjustment to this. I'll move this one over. No, I won't. I'll leave it where it is. So the next level is the 13.3. There we go. 13. No point. Sorry, guys. I always add a point in Ethereum's numbers. So the next stage is the final of this lift, final completion of this lift. This is where we could be. However, I think we're done. I think this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've had the blow off top. I think this is done. We could lift to 1340. That could be the resistance, or fail where we are right now. So we could lift to 13.40, or we could fail where we are right now. It could absolutely go both ways. Now, the next level of support that I'm looking for reversal is the 13 level. The 13 level hasn't yet been back tested. So right about here is where I would be looking for a possible reversal to be confirmed. But I'm going to take a more conservative level. It's a little bit tricky to map out the reversal for this for Ethereum right now, because it's gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 levels at the moment. I know that 2 of them are smaller and 1. There we go. I think this is definitely the bigger one. Yeah, and this again, I'm a bit confused at this, because I would have thought this is the 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. But the wick being a little bit lower, I can't take it like that. So the first trade is continuation to the upside. To the 1400 level. If 1340 is held as resistance, as support, sorry. Okay. Okay, and then what I think is more likely to happen, where we are right now with the 4-hour RSI being so overbought, I believe we're going to see a reversal. Now, to map out that reversal is a little bit harder. I'm going to switch to the. I wanted to say I'm going to switch to the 12-hour, but I think yes. Okay, super. The 1 hour gives us a better indication of where the support would be for this swing, and it is the 1280, the 55 here. So from where we are coming down to the 55, a little bit of back test, and then coming back down to again, I'll put the 1200 level, and I'll show you on the daily why. And I'll move it up here. This is it. Perfect. Now, of course, we're going to have continuation there. If the 1200 level doesn't hold, we're going to come down to the 1150, 1160. And the next level down would be the 1180. But at the moment, we're not in that space yet. So I'll hold back on adding that to our mental range, because I'd like to keep the ranges nice and simple. And I will remove this line because at the moment it's not. We'll probably meet it on the daily level, so we can remove it for now and keep the charts a little bit more simple. So here would be the first trade for continuation, the second trade for reversal. If the 1280 level fails. Okay, and I'm gonna color code it. And the third trade is, you see Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're almost on the same page in terms of movements. The ranges are a little bit different, but they're making a similar pattern. Ethereum's more level than Bitcoin's, but they're following the same moves for now. Okay, so this would be the next step down. Again, I believe that this swing will need its correction. So even if it gets up to 1340, we're still gonna need to correct it. And look, the 702 is on the 1200, and the 1160 is a little bit below the leg of this swing, the first leg of the swing. So we could absolutely be correcting all the way down there and continue up to the upside. But we'll have to see where the daily is when we get there, because I believe we're going to have a stochastic on the daily that's turned down. So when we reach the 1200, I might be telling you that we will start looking for shorts from that point onwards, because the stochastic on the daily has turned down. So we have to see where this reversal is going to take us on the daily and the 12-hourly momentum, because if the daily and the 12-hourly momentum changes, then we're looking for shorts. So we will be looking for topping out on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frames, and then going into short trades, because this will probably go for leg 3 of the bear market. So just to have a quick recap, again, on Friday we did a short training session on trading these ranges. So we need to see when we're looking for trades at the start of the week, we need to see if we have confluence between the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hourly stochastic. For instance, the daily is up on Ethereum, the weekly is up on Ethereum. However, the 4 hourly, the 4 hourly stochastic still is up. I had XRP in mind there, but it is quite maxed out, and it has been doing this long range of swings to the upside without consolidation. So yes, at the moment we have confluence. The trend still indicates upside. And again, if I were in a long, I would be looking for continuation where we are now and securing profits, because it might turn at any point. But again, continuation with where the stochastics and on the weekly and the daily and the 4-hourly are is more likely. Now, as we get closer to the top of the range, so as we get closer to 1340, we need to monitor and we need to see what's happening at that level. And if you see any double tops at that level, or if we're shorting any double bottoms, we need to get a limit order in to secure profits. And the last thing that I mentioned on Friday was using the golden pocket or the 0.5 for entries and exits. So if you see price action topping out on the 1 hour time frame, and you think I want to secure profits, but I don't want to watch it, you're going to put a fib retracement. For instance, let's say this is the top, and you think this is it. Put a fib, and I know it's a small space. This is probably, this is definitely not it. Not probably, definitely not it. So if I am to think this is the M at the top, I would be putting a limit order at 0.5 here, 1323, to take profits on the way up as it reverses and does the 0.5 for an entry into a short, but also for a take profit from a long. So that's what I would be doing if I weren't watching it to take profits on the way up. So always use these the golden pocket and the 0.5s for entries and exits. That's again not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing in order to make sure my entries and my take profits are as optimal as they can be. So that's it from me. These are the trades for Ethereum, and I will be posting them in the chat. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll keep you posted during the week as the sessions progress. We might see again today, it's when New York starts, we don't have any particular financial news coming out, so I think it's going to be a normal corrective day. But we might see a higher high, so we might see another spike to the high and then reversal. New York likes to do those dramatic spikes to the high before reversing. That's it. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.